guest Sumeet Bagadia is now joining us. Sumeet, let's start with Aurobindo Pharma. What's your call over there?
Hi, good afternoon, Pankaj. Well, Auro Pharma has given a pullback rally. Today we have seen a decent bounce back in Auro Pharma from lower levels. I think immediately there is a possibility that today if we see closing above 580 levels, then we can see a move till 600, 620 levels. The overall bias would be positive only if the stock is able to break 620 on higher side. If Auro Pharma is able to break 620 on closing basis, then we will see a fresh move in the counter in which we can see levels of 720. Till the time 620 is not taken on higher side, we will see a pullback rally, and this pullback rally can fizzle out around the 600 or 610 levels. Immediate range for the counter is 540, 530 on lower side to 600, 610 on higher side.
Right, but do you think that it's made that bottom, that panic bottom, which was expected to be made by some of these names? You think 500 will now not come for a while after this move today?
Yes, for short term we can say that the short term bottom is made, but for overall picture, the stock needs to break 620, 630 levels on higher side. There is a possibility that from higher levels again we will see selling pressure on low side. We can see levels of 530, 540 in next couple of weeks. So the immediate range for the counter is 510, 520 on lower side to 610, 620 on higher side. And yes, short term bottom is made in the counter.
Right. What will be your call on BHEL?
Well, it has given a sharp correction. For short term, the counter is weak. There is a possibility that on low side we can see some more correction in the counter till 130 levels or so. For a longer term time horizon, if we see such levels, then on lower side one can initiate long positions. At the same time, the counter has resistance at around 155 levels. The day stock gives breakout over 155, we will see a fresh up move in the counter, in which we can see levels of around 180, 200 in next 6 to 8 months time horizon. As far as very short term trading bet is concerned, it's better to avoid long positions at CMP because there is a possibility that we might see a fall of around 10 to 15 points from present levels. But no doubt at lower levels one can initiate long positions at around 130 for the immediate upside till 150 and 160 levels. So the immediate range for the counter is 130 on lower side to 160 on higher side.
Right. Adani Ports, any view? It's been struggling in the range of 320 to 350.
It's bullish. Adani Port is looking good on charts. We feel that in next couple of weeks we will see a good move in the counter. On higher side, we can see levels of around 360 as an immediate target and 400 as an overall target. If anyone has taken long positions in Adani Port at CMP, then they can hold on the existing long positions. And if anyone wants to initiate a fresh long position in the counter, then they can go ahead and initiate long positions at 340. Or if there is a correction of around 10 to 15 points from present levels, then that can be used as a good buying opportunity. For the immediate upside till 360 levels, breakout above 360 on closing basis will take stock prices to 380 and 400 levels in next couple of months.
Right. Any call as far as PSU banks are concerned? Let's start with Bank of Baroda. It's the fourth top gainer today.
PSU banking stocks are looking good to me. For next couple of months, any dip in these stocks should be used as buying opportunity. As far as your question on Bank of Baroda is concerned, I think one can initiate long positions in Bank of Baroda at CMP because of volatility, or if there is a correction in Nifty of say 100 points or so, then there is a possibility that we might see small correction in these counters. As far as Bank of Baroda is concerned, if 170 is taken away, then we can see a fall till 165 or 162 levels. If 170 is taken away, then only. Otherwise, the counter is looking strong only, and on higher side, 185 is an immediate resistance for the counter. If 185 is taken away, then we will see extended rally till 200 levels. If there is a correction till 165 or 162 levels, then that should be used as a buying opportunity. One can initiate long positions at CMP also. Breakout over 185 will take stock prices to 200 levels in next couple of weeks.
Right. What is your call on Jubilant Foodworks? Has it bottomed out today? Because ideally, as technical analyst, you would want the stock to open at the day's low, which happened today. Then with volumes, it's recovered, and now it's at the day's high when it is about to close.
One should wait for 1 or 2 days more because the stock has taken a rebound from low levels, but still to get positive, stock requires closing for 1 or 2 days. If there is a closing seen above 900 levels for 1 or 2 days with volumes, then there is a possibility that we might see levels of around 980, 990 on higher side. But overall, looking at the chart, looking at the structure, it seems that the counter is weak. It has given closing below 200-day moving average. That shows that longer term trend is weak. No doubt today's taken support, and from low levels we have seen a pullback. But I think till that time, these 200 DMAs are not taken away convincingly on higher side. Any rise in this counter from present level should be used as selling opportunity, because overall there is a possibility. Sorry, because overall there is a possibility that again we might see, or we can see Jubilant Foods to move down and can test levels of around 820 or 800 levels. For a trading perspective, those who have taken long positions, they can book their positions at around 920, 925 levels. And if there is some more bounce back in prices till 940 levels, then that should be used as a selling opportunity for the downside target of 870, 850 levels.
What would be your call on REC PFC? Both opened down 10% today, on the lower side 8 to 10%, and then now are ending into green. In fact, a name like REC is up even 5%.
Both the counters are positive. One should initiate long positions in REC at CMP. If there is a dip in REC till 198 levels, then that should be used as a buying opportunity. REC overall structure is very strong. There is a possibility that this time, if 220 to 223 levels are taken away convincingly, then we can see an extended rally in the counter, in which we can see 240, 250 as an overall target. I am expecting REC to move up and touch levels of around 240, 250 in the next couple of months. As far as trading bet is concerned, one can initiate long positions at CMP2. Those who have taken long positions at 185, 190 levels, they can hold on the existing long positions for an immediate upside till 220 to 22 levels.
Right. In terms of REC PFC, do you think today's move confirms that weak hands are out? It opened down quite significantly, and then you are seeing again these stocks closing at day's high?
Yes, we can say weak hands are out, because the move which we have seen from lower levels is very sharp. And this says that the stock prices are not able to sustain at lower levels. And from lower levels, we have seen a very sharp recovery, or we can see a very sharp move, which shows that the bias is positive. As far as your question on PFC is concerned, same thing we have seen in PFC2. And if the stock is able to manage and give the close about 200-day moving average, which is placed at 132 levels, then this would again be a positive sign for PFC. I think those who have taken long positions in PFC, they can hold on the existing long positions. Even one can initiate long positions at CMP also. Immediate hurdle for PFC is 142, 143 levels. If this stock is able to break 142, 143 on higher side, then this stock can also move up and can touch levels of around 160, 170 as the overall target. So I think one can initiate long positions in REC and PFC at CMP.
Right. In terms of some of the other names, what will be your call as far as some of the other large cap movers are concerned? So names like NTPC were up about 2.5% today. Hero MotoCorp slowly and steadily is now towards 3,800 levels. What's your call on these names, which are not spoken about much, but they keep supporting the index time and again?
Auto stocks are looking good to me. Bajaj Auto, Hero MotoCorp, Ashok Leyland, Mahindra & Mahindra. All these stocks are looking good to me. In fact, for next couple of months, we feel that auto sector should be on radar. One should have this in their clients. One should have these auto stocks in portfolio, because we feel that from here on we will see a decent up move in most of the stocks. As far as your question on Hero MotoCorp is concerned, the stock has given a breakout. It's quoting at around 3740 levels. What I can sense looking at the chart is that from here on we will see a move of around at least 8 to 10%, in which we can see levels of around 4,000 as an immediate target. So those who have taken long positions at low levels, they can hold on the existing long positions. And if anyone wants to initiate a fresh positions, then they can go ahead and take long positions in the market itself for an immediate upside till 3850 and then 4,000 levels.
Right. Sumit, just request you to stay on. Markets are about to close, and markets are about to close at another all-time high level. 16 points higher, but nevertheless, it's a record day. It's a high, assuming that, you would not look at the last few days. It's still a new high. Aurobindo Pharma, 13% higher. It was clearly the stock of the day, 581. Bank of Baroda up around 2%, rather 3% now, 179. Vedanta up around 60 paisa or so, and SBI up around 1.5, 288. ONGC is up 1.5%, 178, 179. Power Grid down 2%, 204 for Power Grid. NTPC up 2.5, 3%, and Coal India was flat. Axis Bank was up around 6 odd rupees. L&T down about 12 rupees. Tata Steel 5 rupees higher. Adani Ports was up 4%, 341. That's Aurobindo Pharma for you, 13% higher, 582 for Aurobindo Pharma. 19 odd million shares traded, very, very strong move, 69 to about 70 odd rupees on the higher side. That's what Aurobindo Pharma has essentially done today. Adani Ports was up 4%, 341 for Adani Ports, so that's up around 3.6 million shares traded. Bank of Baroda up close to about 3% that was the third top gainer. NDPC and Tech Mahindra, both of them did well. NDPC declared numbers yesterday. Tech Mahindra was among the top losers yesterday, so that was also up 2.5%. ICICI Bank was up 2%. Dr. Reddy's was up 2%. Lupin did well, was up around 2.5%, and Hero MotoCorp also did well. SBI did well. ONGC did well. There was an upgrade on ONGC as well this morning. Power Grid was down 2%. You heard the management in the 230 factor. BPCL was down 2%. Both of these are earnings impact. Names like ITC, HDFC, when markets go down, they go up. There is some index management. But now, when markets were slightly on the positive side, they were absolutely flat. In fact, there was a negative bias towards these names. Let's go back to Sumit. He's still with us. Sumit, your call on India Cements. That stock has clearly given a breakout move today.
See, cement sector is also looking good to me. We are expecting a good move in most of the cement stocks. As far as your question on India Cement is concerned, in last 8 to 10 days, we had seen that the stock has given correction from higher levels. And on lower side, now it has taken support at around 180 levels. From there, we have seen a pullback move. And today, it has given a breakout above 200 levels, which says that the stock is headed higher. And on higher side, immediately we will see levels of around 220, 225 as an immediate target. If the stock is able to break 225 levels on closing basis with volumes, then we will see a move of around 8 to 10% from 225 levels. That means there is a possibility that in next 3 months we can see levels of around 240, 250 as a overall target. Purely for a trading perspective, one can initiate long positions for the immediate upside till 220 and 225 levels. Those who have taken long positions at lower levels, they can hold on the existing long positions with the trailing stop loss to be placed at around 190 or 192 levels.
Right. In terms of cement names, you think mid caps will do well, large caps will now take a backseat?
See, I think most of the cement stocks will perform, like frontliner stocks like Ambuja Cement, Ultratech, ACC. These stocks are yet to perform. We have not seen such a classic move in most of the frontliner stocks. Like if you take a name of Ambuja Cement, we have seen that the stock is moving in a range of around 230. 220 on low side to 260 to 70 on high side. I feel that still there is more steam left in these stocks from here on. Ambuja Cement is also looking good to me, in which we can see levels of around 270 as an immediate target, and then overall 280 and 300 levels. So I feel let the first frontliner stocks give good decent upside move. Then we should go ahead, or then we should look for mid cap stocks.
Right. In terms of ITC, what will be your call on HUL?
FMCG stocks are looking good to me. ITC, HUL, Dabur, Colgate Palmolive, all these stocks are looking good to me. As far as your question on ITC is concerned, there is a possibility we might see a fall of around 8 to 10 points from present levels in ITC. But one should initiate long positions in ITC in such corrections, because overall the structure is looking very good. And on higher side, there is a possibility that we might see levels of around 330, 350 as a immediate and overall target. 330 as an immediate target and 350 as an overall target for ITC. If there is a correction of around 8 to 10 points, then that should be used as a buying opportunity. In fact, one can initiate long positions at CMP for an immediate upside till 330 and then 350 levels. As far as your question on HUL is concerned, I think the stock is headed for 1100 levels. If 1100 is taken away convincingly, if 1100 is taken out convincingly on closing basis, then we can see extended move till 1150 levels also. If by chance there is a dip of around 20 to 30 points from present levels in HUL, then that should be used as a buying opportunity for the immediate upside till 1100 levels.
Right. Sumit, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Always good to get a perspective.